This is video number 69 for bass students, and in this video we're going to learn to play number 91 in your book. So open up to page 25, and number 91 is lightly rowed. You might think, we already learned lightly rowed. That was number 22 in the book. Well, first of all, you learned a shortened version of lightly rowed for one thing, but also you didn't learn the real and true rhythms for lightly rowed, because at that point all you knew were quarter notes and quarter rest. Now notice we've got some eighth notes, you've got some quarter notes and half notes in here as well, okay? So we're going to do this one a little bit on the slow side. The speed of 50 is what I'm going to use. I want you to shadow bow part A. And notice, before we do that, let me explain a couple things. Notice it says lightly rowed orchestra arrangement. Now, what an orchestra arrangement means is that there are many people playing different parts, more than 2 different parts. 3, 4, 5, sometimes more than that, okay? Now, for our purposes, when we have just one person playing each part, let's say that you were able to find another, you have a friend that's doing beginning orchestra as well, and they're using this same book, and you play part A and they play part B, you would be doing a duet. 2 people is a duet, okay? 2 people playing different parts, that is. You're both playing A, that's just 2 people playing together. That's not really a duet. A duet is 2 people playing 2 different parts. Now, it says orchestra arrangement because the violin book has a part A and B, just like yours, but their B part is actually different. So their A part's the same, but their B part's different. So what does that mean? That creates 3 different parts, because part A, then your part B and their part B is different, so that's 3 different parts. If you had 3 people playing 3 different parts, you'd have a trio. Then there's the cello part. The cello book has a part B, but it's different from any of those. So we actually have 4 different parts on this song called Lightly Rowed. Everyone has the same A, but then there are 3 different B parts. And if you were to play this with 1 violin player, 1 viola player, you and a cello player, and you all play different parts, you'd be doing a quartet. Now, it says orchestra arrangement because this book was designed to have a whole class. So the difference between a quartet and an orchestra arrangement is a quartet only has 1 person in each part. For an orchestra, there'd be a whole bunch of people on part A, a whole bunch of people on the violin part B, a whole bunch of people on the cello part B, and a whole bunch of people on the bass part B. 4 different parts, but a lot of people. That's the orchestra arrangement. That's why it says that, okay? 1 person on each part. If there's 2 people, duet, 3 people, trio, 4 people, quartet, okay? That's the difference there. All right, let's shadow bow part A. Now remember, when you do this, you read the first line A, and you go and do the second line A. Don't go A, B, A, B. No, not good. Line A, jump down to the second line A. And shadow bow up here, 1, te, shadow bow. Second line A. Do just the last measure of the song, playing it now, not echoing, playing, last measure of the song, echo me. Echoing, not shadow bowing. 3, te, and go. D, F sharp, A, D, E. Now why did I do that? That's because I should hold it long enough, okay? Because these are 8th notes. Now should you play this? Absolutely not, okay? 3, te, 4, te, off. Okay, do that last measure again. Echo me. 3, te, and go. D, F sharp, A, 3, te, 4, te, off. Now look at the last measure of the first line. It's almost the same. It's a D major arpeggio again, but this ends on F sharp instead of D. Okay, if you're gonna mess up on this, that's where you're probably gonna mess up. Notice it all starts up bow. Play that measure now, echoing me. Last measure of the first line. F sharp, 3, te, and go. D, F F sharp, A, F sharp. Try that again. Retake and go. D, F sharp, A, F sharp, te, forte, off. Okay, if you think you're ready, play all of line A with me. 1, te, ready, say, go. 3, te, 4, te, second line A. 3, te, 4, te, off. Okay? Now let's go on to line B. Go on to line B. If you weren't successful with line A, I would suggest you pause the video now, practice it, then rewind it, and try to play again with me without stopping. Okay? Remember, we're at 50. If you need to do it perhaps slower, go slower than 50. I would recommend having the eighth notes on though. Okay? So otherwise you're not going to hold your notes long enough. Part B. Shadow bow from the beginning. There's really only one measure that's kind of tricky, and that's measure 2. The rest of it, pretty easy. Shadow bow part B. 1, te, shadow bow, go. 3, te, 4, te. Second line B. 3, te, 4, te, off. Okay? That's a lot of open A's, open D's, isn't it? Play measure 2. Echo me measure 2. Go. D, E, F sharp, D. Open A again. Echo. Go. D, E, F sharp, D, A. Okay, if you think you're ready, play with me from the beginning. If you think that you need to practice, especially measure 2, do so. Okay, beginning. Play with me. 1, te, ready, say, go. Second line B. 3, te, 4, te, off. Okay? Now, what I would suggest you do is get your line A really good, get line B really good, and then go back to the place in the video where I play A, not the shadow boy one, where we're actually playing it, and you play B with me. And then fast forward where I play B, and then you play A with me. So you can hear the different, what it sounds like to have harmonies. You could also, if you want, you can go listen to the violin video, the violin/viola video, or the cello, and you'll hear some different harmonies. Like you could play A with their B, and you'll get to hear some even different harmonies. All of them will sound good with the A part. All right, so I would encourage you to do that so you get used to hearing harmonies. It's just more fun to play with harmonies. It really is. So practice that, get it really good, and then you'll be ready for our next video where we will learn can-can.